What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so in a recent interview, Caitlin Clark hails LeBron James as the greatest basketball player of all time, the GOAT. So in an interview with Time Magazine, she praised LeBron for not only his incredible legacy on the court, but also for his vocal support of her career in both college and the WNBA, saying, quote, LeBron never messaged me directly, but it has been cool to just see his support of myself and the WNBA overall. You can tell he really watches and turns it on. He's been a huge fan of myself from college, and now in the league. I mean, he's the greatest basketball player of all time, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm here to announce my disassociation from Caitlin Clark. Not just joking. Look, this is her opinion. She feels like he's the GOAT. And, to be honest with you, it's not really surprising. She's, 22 years old? Something like that. It's kind of what you expect from somebody her age. She never really watched the Michael Jordan era, obviously. Hell, she didn't even really watch the Kobe Bryant era. Not really. So, of course, she's going to feel like LeBron's the GOAT because that's all she probably knows as far as basketball that she watched. So that's not really even surprising. You know what I'm saying? I do think that LeBron, has groomed this opinion out of her in some form or fashion. He's kissed her ass a lot. I remember recently, there was a couple, what was it, like last year? No, not last year, excuse me, this year. During the season, he wrote on X/Twitter, I think it was something, what was it? If you don't rock with Caitlin Clark's game, you're just a flat out hater. Stay far away from those people, please. And a lot of people feel like that his average supporter, Caitlin Clark, while I do think that he likes her game, some of it comes from spite. Angel Reese said something about him a couple of years ago that I think him being the beta male that I believe him to be, he's held on to that. And as a consequence of that, he's doubled down his support of Caitlin Clark just to spite Angel Reese. And it is what it is, I mean, that's just how I feel about that. And also LeBron James tends to attach himself. He tries to always attach himself to the winning side or to, somebody else's victories. If somebody else has a victory parade, he wants to find an excuse to link himself to that. That's what he does. Okay. He's almost like a male 304 in that area, man. That's how he moves. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past the whole Clutch Sports situation to be influencing her opinion on this one way or the other. Can't prove that, but at the end of the day, you could definitely look at it as business. It would be very beneficial for Clutch Sports to be on friendly terms with Caitlin Clark because she is a cash cow with the WNBA, and so it makes sense to have him save very, very flattering things about her, and for her to say very flattering things about him, you know, from a business perspective. Now, having said all of that, right, we all know that this dude ain't the GOAT. You know, GOATs don't abandon their teams, you know, when they need them. You know what I'm saying? If this was the Titanic, he abandoned ship. You know, the team isn't playing very well right now. They're at the precipice right now where they need his leadership. They need his stewardship, and he's not available. He's doing whatever he's doing right now in the bunker, ranting and raving about how the media is not kissing his ass enough. I guess that's what's going on. You know, I can see him doing that because it's all about him. You know, it's all about him. And so Lakers are, what are they now, 13 and 12? They're going to play Minnesota without him, more than likely. So, you know, it's looking kind of bad, man. Looking kind of bad. So, you know, at the end of the day, we all know that he's not the real GOAT. He's not in that conversation. He's a stat pattern. We have life experience. We've seen other eras, and we know that he's not mentally built to be in that conversation. You know, the littlest criticisms send this guy into an absolute frenzy. I remember last year, I think it was last year, at the beginning of the season. I remember whether it was beginning, was it last year or the year before that? But I remember, no, I think it was actually the beginning of the 2022-23 season. And they were in Denver, and Denver kicked their ass, and LeBron had 8 turnovers. And for the first time in a long time, LeBron got criticized. And this guy threw an absolute total hissy fit. Cried on Instagram, cried on X/Twitter. I don't even know if it was even X back then. Cried. I mean, just whined and pouted at the littlest criticism. You know? Meanwhile, Russell Westbrook get absolutely destroyed by the media for 2 seasons. He won't cry on social media. Guy not built like that, man. That's why I know for a fact that you put this guy back in the 80s and 90s, man, he would fold. Couldn't make it. Physically, he could, but mentally, no. He couldn't cut it. But yeah, we all know. Look, man, like I said, Caitlin Clark is young, so you know I don't hold that against her. She is 22, right? So when did she really start watching basketball? At the earliest, the late 2000s. So she doesn't know anything about Michael Jordan. Young people today don't really know basketball history. It's not even popular to be knowledgeable about certain things. It's about the here and now. You know, I don't really even meet too many young historians anymore. It's not popular to know your past, especially when you're someone look like me. But yeah, so good con job that Clutch has done. I got to give them credit. They've dominated sports media so much that they've brainwashed an entire generation of fans into thinking this guy's something that he's not. And unfortunately, you know, Caitlin Clark is one of these believers in this situation, you know. Unfortunate, you know. So anyway, so I got to say in this one, man. So what you guys think?